Oh my God. Obafemi is champion. Let's fucking go, bro. Yes. Oh my God, I love this so much. I love this so much. I love it so much. Oh. Oh, I love this. I love it. Yes, Over, you celebrate. You better tell him. It's Obafemi, baby. That's the future. Ooh. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so ecstatic for that. I'm so glad Shawty Boy pulled the trigger on that one. That was an epic ending to that show. Fire, fire, double fire. We love that. All right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I promise y'all I'm not gonna keep y'all in here long. I am sleepy. When I say sleepy, I am sleepy, okay? So let me get my cord before this thing cuts off on me. All right. Shout out to everyone who came in here early, on time. I appreciate it. Mad love to you. All right. So Pierre's here. Hello. 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 Kayla. Eli, Mika, Tirza, hi. Hello, love. And Queen K is here. Hello. Hello to y'all. And we're going to get started. We're going to make it really simple and sweet. I promise I'm not going to keep y'all in here too long. Like I said, I am very, very sleepy. And I don't want to be in here too long talking about this, but we're going to make it as quick as possible. But, man, Oba is champion. That's gotta feel amazing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love that. I love it so much. Oh, I love it. So let's just start off with Obafemi, right? So Oba was in the back and he was talking to the newest acquisition for the backstage commentary, and Oba was talking to her about where he was going to go next with his not the North American Championship, but with his breakout tournament contract. And that's when Lexus King came up with the contract that he had signed by Dragon Lee as to be a competitor to compete for his championship in the main event tonight. And he cut Obafemi off and was like, that's all well and good, you'll be champion, blah, blah, blah. But I have a championship match tonight and I'm going to be champion. And you could just wait in line if you decide to come after me because you won't be champion or whatever the case may be. Obafemi didn't say anything. He just let him talk. And then he asked the correspondent, he said, hey, his match is tonight, the main event? And she said, yes. And then he didn't say anything. He just looked at his championship contract. So when the match was over with Dragon Lee and with Lexus King, he went out there, did his thing, which Dragon Lee did his best to fend him off, but he could not best the power and brawn of Obafemi. And now Obafemi is your new North American champion, and that's on period. You can get mad, you can be upset about it, but the fact of the matter is Obafemi stood on business and did what? Okay, his own homeboys is out there giving him props. Carmelo Hayes is like, Oba, break out to NA championship formula. Okay, let's go. Oba said, you know what? I think I'll go after the championship that's here right now. I'll go after that one. So he became the North American champion, baby, and I'm here for it, okay? I love it. I love every minute of it. I love it. So congratulations to you, Obafemi. All right. Obafemi is the North American champion, babe. North American champion. All right. So the low-key gagged me because I didn't see that any of that segment. Oh well, you got a nice little surprise at the end of the show then. Now the show kicked off actually with Blair and Nikita, but to keep it frank, that match is not worth the time it takes to talk about it. So I'm just gonna say, Blair, I don't know what's going on with you, but you are very sloppy. You need to tighten up. And Nikita, you also need to tighten up because you had a lot of hesitation going on when you was trying to get Blair where she needed to be, especially to make her hit her marks. There was something going on where like I feel like you were guiding her to where she needed to be instead of her going where she needed to be, which you could stumble and pretend you shaking up to get to those spots. She could have pushed off of you and you ran after her. There's all kind of ways to do this. And I feel like y'all match was the sloppiest and the least relevant on the card as of right now. Blair beat Nikita, and that was the end of that. I will say her gear was better, but whatever. The Dusty Tournament started this week. The first two teams, or first set of teams, was Hank and Tank going up against Nathan Frazier and Axiom, and then you had Gallus going up against Corbin and Braun. Sorry, Braun and Corbin actually looked really good together. Gallus did what they were supposed to do. They isolated Baron, took him to the corner, and they pretty much beat the crap out of him and kept him from tagging in Braun. This is a typical tag team match. Gallus are very seasoned and they're very good at what they do. So it was not hard to notice that they were going to utilize their veteranship as a tag team as a means of having that third wheel in that ring to take out Baron and Braun. Okay, I'm just calling him BB because I can't talk. So this match was okay. Ultimately, BB ended up winning the match. They seem to have gotten themselves on the same page in this match, so shout out to them. Gallus looked good in the match, true enough, but they just could not best the duo of Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker. Excuse me. Again, in the tournament, we saw that this side of the tournament was what went down. So we had Axiom and Frazier going up against Hank and Tank. All right. So this would happen later on in the night. This match was really fun to watch. I will say that they played well off of each. But I find that Nathan Frazier and Axiom can pretty much work with anybody, and anybody who works with them is going to look good, and they're going to make them look good in turn. So you have a lot of nuances going on between them, but these two are some of the best workers in the WWE, and quite frankly, I was not surprised when they went over on Hank and Tank. Now, on the other side of the tournament, let me remove my icon so you guys can see. Okay. On the other side of the tournament, you've got Chase U going up against LWO. And in Chase U, they have Riley and Duke Hudson going at it, representing Chase U. And of course, you've got LWO, which is Joaquin and Raul. Now, on the bottom, you have Trick and Mello, and then you have Idris Sinofe and Malik Blade. Now, this Trick and Mello team came about because Carmelo wants to be in the tournament to become the tag team champions #1 and make himself a Triple Crown champion. It is very clear that this man cannot stay out of the limelight and doesn't want Trick Williams to get the limelight. Now, at first, Trick was very hesitant. He told him no several times, but as time continued and Trick kept, insisting, this became a part of the norm. And so they were able to finagle their way into the Dusty Rhodes Classic and become the 6th tag team, or 2, 4, 6, 8, the 8th tag team in this tournament to enter and possibly win the Classic. Now they're going to go up against Malik and Idris. Malik and Idris are going to lose. I just know that they are. And then, of course, they're going to have their opponents between Chase U and LWO. Honestly, that's the most even-sided match I've seen in this entire tournament. It can go either way with them, but more than likely it will swing in Chase U's favor. All right. So let us move on. I don't like that when Carmelo facing Alpha and Malik. Wanted them to face each other at the semifinals. Okay. Oh, well, hope he has it longer than Trick had it. Oh, I don't think Opa's going to be dropping that title anytime soon, if we're being fair. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Trick's title reign, but, you know, shit happens. There were a few matches on the show tonight. Let's get the matches out the way. Gigi went up against fuck-ass Cora, and fuck-ass Cora cheated to win. It's very simple. Gigi was getting ready to do a move on her. Cora grabbed the referee's pants. And that's how Gigi was able to get caught in her DDT. And she DDT'd the girl, and that's how she won. It just wasn't worth the time or the effort to talk about, so it is what it is. Now, Lola Vice came out there while Lyra was cutting a promo, and Lola basically told her that you just scared that you get ready to lose that championship. And Lyra was like, girl, what happened to you? You came to the E ready to go, ready to take over. You got MMA training background. It just seemed like you had everything go for you, and then you just fizzled out. She was like, I'm not here to watch you shake your arse on Instagram. And I was like, girl, you didn't have to be that petty, but I appreciate you. Dude. They started going at it, and she said, she was like, don't be mad at my Latino heat. I was like, oh, hell no. That's a sacred phrase, and you are not allowed to say it. I don't care if you are Latina. No. Get your boring ass up out of here, Lola. The fuck? And did, Nicole. Oba will drop it to Braun Breaker sometime in the future. Jayla. With all due respect, that's a double fuck no. You understand? Double fuck no. No. And if they do that, I'm going to be upset. I will blame you because you put it in the atmosphere. I'm going to blame you, babes. I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be like, okay, Jayla, this was your fault. Fix it. Fix it now. Shit. Anywhoosies. This was my favorite match of the night. These boys was out here working. That was a good match between OTM and the family. And lo and be fucking ho. Lo and be fucking ho. After the match is over, because Adriana came in with the save because fucking Reggie was cheating. And look who was sitting on the hood of the car when they walk up. Miss Jada Parker. And if I distinctly remember, I remember mentioning that Jada should have been the one that was with OTM from the first place. And guess what they have done? They put Jada Parker with OTM. Now, who called that? Me. Told you. I told you. Like, get the fuck out of Lola. Might buy my Lyra Stan card tonight. She tore her ass up. I've been telling y'all for weeks that Jada Parker was the missing link to their group. They got to get rid of Reginald. Reginald isn't working. And if Jada Parker is doing what I think she's about to do, Reginald ain't going to be in that group too much longer. He ain't going to be there too much longer. She got everything they need to maintain themselves as a tag team. She got the swag, she got the gift, the gab, and the girl can hit. The girl can wrestle. So, I bet you they're going to run that shit back at Vengeance Day with OTM and then drop them titles to them two boys. Because in my opinion, I love it. I love every minute of it. What? Bitch, I told you. I told you. You could tell when Jada came out there during the women's breakout tournament that she had the it factor. She was the girl. All they had to do was put her with the right people, and OTM were the right people, babes. One of these days, bitch. One of these days, y'all gonna listen to me. Okay? Y'all gonna listen. When she said you got Riz, that's what I thought. Period. Reggie not wrestling right now is a crime, so I don't mind. I'm leaving. You mean him leaving? I'm gonna tell you right now, I can care less about Reginald wrestling. He doesn't wrestle. He does stunts and tricks. Even Ricochet does stunts and tricks, and he actually has wrestling skill. I don't know what exactly they're doing with scripts or Reginald, whatever he wants to himself, and it really doesn't matter to me. He's not a wrestler, and he more than likely never will be, in my opinion. Charles, your lunch is ready. Hell no, I'm good. Jada gonna take script spot, calling it now. Yeah, you can't call it because I literally just said that. Is that not what I said? You heard me, right? I literally just said that. I literally just said that. 100%. I may be in the minority on this, which is cool, but I'm not all the way up on Oba Femi. Totally disagree. I love Oba. As a big man and as an athlete, period, he is fairly solid. He needs minor work, but he proved in that tournament that he can work with the best of them. The biggest and the smallest, he can work with them all. He got fine tuning to do, but I think that putting the title on him was smart. I think that it's not necessarily gonna open up the championship, but I really, really enjoyed watching him wrestle, and he's just fun to watch. I like Oba. Looks aside, height aside, weight aside, I think Oba just embodies a particular spirit that I resonate with in him, and I just like it. I fucks with it wholeheartedly. Reggie just got a paperweight. Child. He said Reggie just a paperweight. My bad. He's something. She's been saying it for 2 months. I'm telling you. How's Tiffany liking the farm? Or they ain't showed him tonight? Oh no, they showed him. They showed him. They definitely showed him. Listen. Tiffany was in the stalls. She had to wipe a horse down. She came out there in high heel boots and a mini skirt, and she had on a fluffy, like bra top and that fluffy arms cover, child. And she had on her cowgirl hat, and everything was pink and glittery, and she was like a tacky disco ball. She came in there, and Fallon said, Tiffany, I got you clothes. Like, you need to put these clothes on. She was like, I'm not wearing that. They had that bitch cleaning up the horses, cleaning up the horse stalls, and they had her washing that horse. She had to move the hay. Child, once she got done, they got her into the stall where the horse shit at. She had to clean up all that horse shit. After that, she got ready to leave and decided to tell Fallon off. Fallon was trying to tell her something, but her stupid ass cut Fallon off again. So she stepped in horse shit and fell in a vat of shitty water and was sitting in the vat crying. And Fallon told her to have a nice day. Child, that shit was the most satisfying thing I had seen all day. Got her little ass together. You feel me? This means that a black man has won all 3 breakout tournaments. Jordan Miles, Mello, and Oba. Okay. She did look like a tacky ass disco ball. Fallon got her ass together, and she was not mean about it. She was real nice and had that girl cleaning up everything. Anyway, there was a match between Metaphors, Oro Mesa, and Josh Briggs. Now, Briggs came up on Metaphor because Metaphor was talking about how Fallon, Briggs, and Jensen had broke up, and they touted themselves as the reason why the group broke up. But baby, Breeze was like, "You ain't the reason why we broke up." They was like, "But we are though." And he was like, "Okay, since you out here talking shit, I'll meet you in the ring." So Breeze got out there and he whooped Oro Mensa's ass, despite Jakara and Noah interfering in the match. Ultimately, Oba, sorry. Ultimately, Briggs was able to pick up the win over Oro Mensa and did it while staring at Noam Dar's face after Noam Dar tried to interfere again. Girl, it was intense, honey. It was a mess. Now, in the beginning of the show, Nikita and Blair got into a fight in the parking lot. That led to them fighting to get to the ring. And it was an awkward, boring, shitty match between these two. I don't know what it is about Blair Davenport, but it just seems like she's just phoning it in at this point. She's not really giving a lot. And I don't like watching her wrestle. Nikita's already very green, and some of the things she doesn't fit into the regime. But for the most part, she did okay. However, in my opinion, this was the worst match of the night. It was terrible. I hated it so much. Now, other than that, those were all the matches for the night. You know what I'm saying? Most people who walk through NXT doors, especially, is they don't have a wrestling background, come in as a diamond in the rough or a broken bird. So I'm sure he'll get better with time, but maybe I need to watch his matches more. So do my research on him. I don't dislike him. I'm just not sold on him yet. Everybody that comes into NXT, she's right. They are considered like a diamond in the rough. However, Oba is a diamond. He just needs to be shined. He literally just needs to be cleaned and buffed, which Oba will get there. And having a match with, he had an impromptu, air quotes, impromptu match with Dragon Lee. And like I said, with him being a big guy, most people think that in the mismatch of the match, there's a problem with how he will perform. And oftentimes that happens. That's not what happened in this match. It was very short, but he was selling Dragon Lee's moves effectively. Right, Jared? You saw it. He sold them correctly. He wasn't overselling. He sold them the way a big man can sell them. He was putting his moves on Dragon Lee, and Dragon Lee sold his moves like he should have. It was pretty spot on for a match, but I think tears are for you because you're a little bit more in tune with how it should look wrestling wise. For you would need to watch him wrestle at Vengeance Day in order for you to be able to say, okay, now I see what they were talking about. If he succeeds and he's successful at Vengeance Day, which I think he will be, depending on who he goes up against, because Dragon Lee can challenge him to a match at Vengeance Day, which works out in his favor, in my opinion, then you can see going up against a guy like Dragon Lee, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of skill to be able to wrestle him effectively. And again, like I always say, iron sharpens iron. So as long as he is wrestling with guys who are always looking to grow and improve, Oba will get where you want him to be and beyond, because he is a star and he is already good where he is. It's only going to get better from here. Okay? Despite the fact that he's nice to look at. Outside of his looks, he's an excellent superstar. And for him to be a budding superstar at that, to be where he is, that's something special. That's like capturing lightning in a bottle. And I don't blame Shawn Michaels for pulling the trigger on Obafemi right now. I think it was smart. Not rotten cheese and spoiled milk. I like Oba. That's a beautiful man. He really is. He speaks eloquently as well on the microphone. There's not like a lot of work they have to do for him on the microphone. I do want to see what he's going to do, how far he can take it as a champion, and what he's going to say, how he's going to work that microphone, because he speaks with a lot of it almost as if he commands respect while he's talking. He has a way of talking that just makes you listen. You feel me? He's got a presence that a lot of people don't have. and I'm very interested in seeing where they go with Oba. Now they could put Braun Breaker on him, but I wouldn't let Braun Breaker take that championship from him. I definitely would let him be like one of his final bosses. You know what I'm saying? One of his final tests, and that's how I would do it. Sure. Let me see if I can find a picture of Oba. We get a body lengthwise picture of Oba Femi, and then and I'll get this one because they got a close up of Oba. Yeah. All right. So, wind advisory 3 a.m. to 4 p.m. Lights gonna go out again tomorrow. I need to charge my charger blocks. I'll get them charged before I go to sleep. All right, so let me get these ones up. So this is the infographic they use to let people know that Oba Femi is the new NXT North American champion. So I'll let you look at that for a hot second. If Oba would have lost to Riley, I would have lost it. And this is what Oba Femi looks like body-wise and then close up. So I find him to be incredibly attractive. But then again, I'm attracted to really... I like dark-skinned men, and he just is a nice-looking man. So to flip back and forth between the two pictures, this is a closer picture of Femi, but he's kind of scowling a little bit. And then you have this one, where you get a little bit more feel of his features on this particular picture. Either way, to me, he's a very attractive man. He would have definitely been one of Vince's guys. Because, you know, he loved him a big old meaty man. Okay. All right, Tears, are you good? Just let me know if you need to see another picture of him. All right. Now, I told y'all yesterday about the Amazon Prime and Monday Night Raw situation. To be fair, this is not solid. This is not etched in stone. This is a rumor. But I think that this is going to happen because the rumor came out about CW and NXT, and it was not a rumor. It actually happened. So we'll have to wait and see how that's going to play out. But I'm very interested in that. Y'all make sure that y'all rate, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel keep spreading along. It really helps maintain the views and everything, so I appreciate that. Make sure you guys follow me over on my socials, all of my stuff for my socials. If you want to donate to the Cash App for the show, because I do have to pay for StreamYard, all of that stuff is scrolling on the bottom. The podcast KTT with Tiffany is going to be up tomorrow for Pop Culture Wednesday, and then of course this Friday we're going to film the first episode of the year for Down for the Count. So all that stuff is coming, and I want you guys to listen. All right. Here's another close up of Oba. And then here's another close up of Oba. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Because I am sleepy. I am exhausted. All right. This is how he looks all the time. He's a nice looking guy. You have to go look on his socials for yourself if the pictures I pulled didn't help you. But you ain't gonna be attracted to everybody. And if you're not attracted to him, that's your business. I am, however, attracted to Oba. So I ain't mad at you. It's just we all have our tastes. We like who we like. With all that being said, y'all, I will see y'all tomorrow for Free Subway. Have a good night.